Hi, it's Jamie with Jamie's Arts a la Cartes. Thank you very much for joining me. I have a fun project planned for us today. I hope this video inspires you to create something of your own. If you would, hit the like button and share the video with your friends. That helps me to grow this channel and to continue to bring you new projects. If you haven't subscribed yet, would you please consider subscribing? And if you have, thank you very much. Well, we have a lot to do, so let's get to it. Hi, it's Jamie with Jamie's Arts a la Cartes. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you watching. I have a fun project. I call all of them fun, I think, but I think this one is going to be fun. I have some old, previously used in another project, foam letters. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn them into Christmas ornaments using these eye hooks. My husband just got these for me today. But I have some stickers, some Christmas themed everything. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove as much of the glitter that I can. That way I have a good solid base. I'm going to use glitter in some of the stickers. I'm going to decorate them. We'll use the eye hook at the top. Then we'll put some raffia to make the loop. And we'll end up sealing everything with Mod Podge, right? Just to keep it all in place. This looks like a really great idea in my head. I've got a great picture in my head. Let's see if I can make it happen. So I'm going to go ahead and move all of my eye hooks to the side. And my stickers, I've even got this here from previous, like making cards and stuff, but I thought it'd be cute on here. And some red trucks and trees, right? That's my favorite. And some glitter Noels that we used on wreaths that we put up around the house at Christmas time. So and I've got all my glitter out, you know, the different colors. So we're just going to go to town. I thought about leaving them just solid, but I wanted to be an ornament. So, and then I have some letters that I need that I don't have. I'm going to actually, a couple different letters that I need that I don't have. I am going to, are y'all ready? I'm going to try cutting these apart and turn it into another letter. I don't know if I can accomplish that, but that's what I'm going to try to do. So I've got a couple craft toothbrushes, and I'm just going to see how much of this glitter will come off. A good bit's coming off, so that's a good thing. Alright, so I've got glitter removed from the one side. Not every spick and spanner of it, but a majority of it. And now I am just doing some attention to the back side. And I am just mixing paint. Like I had to mix for the purple. Some of it's a little different. That's okay. And then I'm going to do the same thing for this orange. I don't have this bright of an orange. I have other oranges, but so we're just gonna mix some. Alright, we will let them dry and then we will go ahead and see if they need a second coat, like across the words or anything, and we'll take care of that. Alright, drying time. Alright, we've got the backs done. We need to just let them set and dry. And then we will seal them, and then we'll flip them over and finally get to the front. So I do need to do a little bit of cleanup. I got a lot of glitter everywhere. So I'm going to do a little bit of cleanup and then just let these dry. All right, we're making progress. All right, we've got our, I mixed Elmer's glue and the Mod Podge, and I will actually put a layer of varnish over this once it dries. So this will hold everything down, and then the varnish on top will keep this, because Mod Podge, when a lot of humidity, will make it go cloudy and get sticky. So I want to prevent that. All right, I think we've got the backs to a good place. All right, definitely have to let it dry because I didn't really let it dry enough before I started putting this on. Some of them were good, others were not. So we're definitely going to let it dry. A little bit left in this cup. I'm just going to spread it over these green ones just to make sure that I got that glitter glued down. right. Ew, that took a hot minute. But there we go. I might add a little something here. Let's see. So I've just added little poinsettias and these little trees to the front and back of the ornaments. Let's see what we got here. And I'm gonna have to press them because it doesn't lay flat because of the glitter. But they're looking good. And the next thing I want to do is to keep cutting thread and ribbon to create the tops, the hanger, and then the decoration up there. All right. And I can always add more if I want, but I think that's just about what I need. Woo! We use a good portion of our E6000 on this project. All right, so we're gonna let those dry. And I'm going to go ahead, I can put these away, not away, but just in my bag over here. And I have one more piece I want to add for this boho kind of embellishment at the top. So I've got several, and this would be like one of each different color. This is the Mod Podge I just used up leftover. I'm going to use that to create, this is the hanger. Let's see, what else do I have? Got some ribbons. Might not use the ribbons on this because these are kind of, they would get lost. So this kind of fits the colors. And so I made some at 6, and these last few I'm making at 5. And what we're going to do is, some will have to have little knots at the end, some will just get glued, and we'll just sort of go from there. All right, we are just about finished with these. I have these 5 left. All right, let's see if I got enough stuff here. I just keep these little bows on hand. They're just little boho bows using twine from the Dollar Tree or wherever it might come from. And I just keep it on hand just because it kind of goes with everything. All right. So let's see if we're able to pull. We got it through. This is what we need to do. All right, we are going to tie it to here. All right, get that there. And we're going to go ahead and give that top knot. That's what creates the loop. And then we're going to pull it the best that we can. And then we're going to trim this end. Put this in my little trash receptacle here so I can just dump it all at one time. Work smarter, not harder. Okay, so now we have the little tassel-y thing put on there. Now these bows are pretty loose when you get them. So I found that with every single one of them I needed to tighten them up, which just means twisting this wire tie is basically what it is, right? And so now we have our bow. It's nice and secure. So then what I ended up finding was the best way to do it is that I went in through one side of that little eyelet thing back there and then give it a good twist. All right, and just twist, twist, till we get a good length of twist on there. And by that I mean something like that. And then I took my wire cutters and we just cut right here. And I want to give it maybe half an inch or so ish. Always hold your wire pieces so they don't go flinging back into you. Get rid of that. And then I'm just going to bend this up into that eyelet. Right? Just kind of curl it up in there. And then it shouldn't poke anybody's little fingers. Okay? So there we are. Now, the last thing that I've been doing to these, and I'll show you some dried ones here in just a minute. I'm taking this, right? These are the foamy pieces, and then glitter pieces, and then felt pieces. Just to give a little bit of an accent, I take my art glitter glue, and I just sort of give it a little whimsical outline. Doesn't have to be perfect, right? Just like that. And then down here on the trees, I just sort of gave them little illusions of snow. So let me show you what that looks like when it dries. And I hope the camera will pick this up. It has just the faintest little lines, right? My little snow. But then on that foam, I think the camera should pick that up. It's just the faintest little line, right? Of that outline. And then when I'm done, pull this back, pull these down, all right? And boom, just like that, that one's done. Now the one thing I forgot to do, oh, this one's trimmed already, so that's perfect. So there, that one's done. Done, dun, 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 dun. Right, so I just did that on every little piece of foam. And then today what I'll do is, now that these are all dry, I will flip them over and do the other side. I'm not going to do the rhinestones. I only have this many. So we'll see if I need to put any on here, or will I spread it out up there. All right. is that one. So we will just let these dry. All right, drying time. I'll come back to you when they're all dry, y'all. What a project. All right, here we go. Ooh, this was way more complicated than I thought it would be. But look how cute they turned out. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, like it, share it with your friends. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, would you consider subscribing? And well, until next time, happy crafting.